You see here that this report, the Find Workers report, what does it do? It allows you to filter on certain criteria and you are able to narrow it down to a certain group of workers. There is another standard report for this Expertise Finder. Expertise Finder, here it is. So here you see, Expertise Finder. Again, this report is very similar to what we saw before, but the filter criteria is different, right? Because now it is mostly focused on experience and job profile and language and performance, right? So why? So let's look at exceeds expectations. So we have, oh my god, two of our favorites, right? Logan McLean and Teresa Serrano. So they have exceeded expectations. So you can select two and you can add them to a talent pool. Okay, so you can. So this report doesn't allow you to compare, but the Find Workers does. But Expertise Finder, our whole objective is to find people with a certain expertise, right? So this is again a standard report, but this is these kind of reports. We call them as the search kind of report. Now let me show you another one. Loss impact by retention. I want you to take a look at this. I hope we have some data here, because otherwise it will be very bad. Oh, not shown 279. Why not? Okay, let me select everything. Not shown. 139, not shown. Let me select everything. Okay. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, this report is not behaving as it should be. But anyway, if you just look at this particular report, what does this report tell you? Okay, you see, on the horizontal axis, you have retention risk, and on this vertical axis, you have loss impact. So the horizontal axis says how likely an employee is to leave the organization. How likely is an employee to leave the organization? And the loss impact says what will happen if the employee leaves. So what about Logan McNeil? Here is Logan. So what can you tell about Logan? Is Logan leaving? Is Logan at a high chance of leaving the organization? If she leaves, it will be a huge loss, but is she going to leave now? As of now, she's at a very low risk of leaving the organization. So as of now, she's at a low risk. But what about the person here, Deborah Wilson? What about Deborah? High chance of leaving. And what will happen if she leaves? Huge loss. Huge loss if this person leaves. So what should we do as a manager? Let's say I am a manager and I'm looking at this report. What should I do? I would take immediate action on Deborah. I have to talk to her. I have to see what is the concern. And then maybe I have to give her a raise, or maybe some interesting or challenging work, some good assignments. I have to make sure that she stays in the organization. Otherwise, what will happen? It will be a huge loss to lose Deborah. So just by looking at this report, the manager knows where he or she has to focus his time and attention. Isn't it? In which set of employees? So if somebody is here in this box, let's say in this box, if somebody is there, will the manager be too worried about people in this box? Minor loss. Anyway, they are not leaving. It's a low retention risk. And even if they leave, I don't care. I can get another person, I can replace them easily. What about this one? So there will be a moderate loss. So maybe I need to take care of it a little bit. But if you were to give a priority list, what would be your priority? Which one would be number one in your priority list? Deborah's box, right? So this is number 1, and we can conveniently say that this is number 9. Isn't it? So this is, not number 9. Sorry, it should be number 6, I think. So I think this will be number 6, because there are 6 boxes. And what would be the priority of the other ones? Maybe, as a manager, you would look at this as second and maybe this as the third. And maybe here. Yeah, here you will go as 4. This one will be 5. And of course 6 we have already put in. So, yeah, this might be. I'm just saying this might be your priority list. Why did I give this as 3? Logan's box. Why did I give as 3? Well, this person is not leaving right now. Now high risk, I'm sorry. No risk of leaving, but huge loss. So, yes, if you are in actually a risk mitigation mode, maybe you will look at these 2 boxes first. But yeah, then you must definitely watch. Keep a watch on the employees who are in this particular box. But just by looking at this, a manager knows his priorities. Now coming to the question of how does Workday know? Okay, how does Workday know? So well, Workday doesn't know actually. It is up to the manager to flag these employees, enter these parameters. It is again the manager's perspective, the manager's perception of this. Okay, managers, or the HR, or maybe you can do some surveys, or you may not leave it to perception. You may conduct some surveys and, based on that, you might come to this conclusion about this retention risk and loss impact. But, of course, if it is a survey or if it is based on perception, that it is not 100% accurate, isn't it? Because it's again based on somebody's perception. So I have seen cases like this where, the moment the employee resigns, the manager says, "Oh, why are you resigning?" And the employee said, maybe, "Yeah, I'm not happy with my work. I need a different challenge, or maybe I need better compensation." And then the manager would say, "Oh, I didn't realize that you are unhappy. You seem like happy working with us, isn't it?" So this happens in a lot of the cases. So the manager's perception may be wrong. So to avoid that, a lot of organizations are now investing in machine learning, and artificial intelligence to kind of monitor employee behavior. Okay, and try to find out whether they are at a high risk of losing or a low risk of losing. So Workday is undertaking a lot of research with leading universities, leading professors, leading experts in the field about how to better judge, or better have this perception about whether an employee is at a high risk of leaving versus not right. So they are doing it, they're trying to automate it, they're trying to use a lot of AI to come up with this information. But as of now, it is a field that the manager needs to enter, whether it is a high impact or low impact, or if it's a high risk or a low risk, right? So, as of now, it is mostly based on perception. Alright. So, but anyway, coming back to what we were discussing, you look at this report and you see that each of these reports are of a different kind, isn't it? All these reports are of a different kind. They look so different. And the functionality is so different. That is because Workday gives you around 8 different kinds of reports that you can create. So we will talk about that when we discuss. We'll start our discussion on custom reports.